Cookout Podcast, episode 371. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. We're going to regale you with tales from the time we went to Cincinnati, Minneapolis, Ohio. Now hit our theme song. Hey Ryan, we're back from yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We're back in really real life, no longer in the temporal rift from the past, broadcasting into the future as we have returned from Magic Fest Minneapolis.
Yes,
not
sir.
Cincinnati, as I continue to tell people, and they look very confused at me when I say that. But before we get to any of the stories and any of the stuff that we're going to talk about regarding that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They are your source for all your gaming needs.
Very much so. And here's the thing. Okay, so we've got coming up, well, I guess now we're in the thick of it. March of the Machine Aftermath.
Oh, man.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we are.
We've got Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth.
Holy crap.
We got that coming up. We got Commander Masters in the summer.
Oh, man.
All of that stuff, you're going to buy it anyways.
Yeah. And what helps when you're going to buy something anyway?
Getting a discount.
Saving money. How do you do that? You go to FusionGamingOnline.com, use special promo code CCO Slam, save 5% off all that shit.
You're going to buy it anyways. You might as well get a discount. CCO perks if you're spending over $100. Single-time use, so make it count. Maybe on some of that Lord of the Rings stuff. Yeah. You get a discount or you get store credit kickback. Now, the only thing about that, I got to tell you something. Business daddies, they say, hey, Ryan. My good friend Ryan, they say.
Yep.
They say, hey, tell Uncle Brando.
Yep.
They say, hey, in June, promo code's going to change. It's going to change, and this is what you do. Two things.
Okay.
You both listen to Commander Cookout podcast or watch on YouTube.
But you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Wait, on YouTube?
Yes.
You can watch on YouTube?
Yes.
You should be!
And you should be subscribed because Joe works particularly hard because this show is going to be edited on Mother's Day. We're pulling out and breaking him away from his family.
Yeah.
We're taking him away from his family. And
He's
you're
got
not
a family, damn it!
And you're not subscribing? Think of Joe.
Yep.
Think of the kids.
Think of his family.
Yes.
Who are sad because Joe isn't there because he has to edit this show for you.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. Sorry we're a day late. But here's the thing. The promo code's changing. You watch or listen to Commander Cookout. You subscribe. You tell your friends about it so they can learn about the new promo code. Mm-hmm. Then, once you hear the new promo code, you go and use it so the business daddies remember that even though they changed the promo code to try and throw off CCO Nation, doesn't work. Our audience, the nation, too loyal, and we're going to talk about that when we get into the CCO experience and stuff.
Yes, we are.
Real quick, though,
Man.
a couple pieces of podcasting business.
Man.
First up, Afterthought. Your initial thought on Mom Afterthought.
I am actually kind of a fan of it. I like it. I like that I have less chaff in my house.
Yeah.
I like that the boxes are comically small.
Do they look like just smaller booster boxes?
Yes. Yes, they're little booster. It's so cool. I think that it's like going to little mini land. And you have one in your hand, you're like, I am huge, because you have these little packs. So that's really cool. And I have some quality control issue, stuff that we're going to talk about. If you follow me on Twitter, you will have seen it. And I'm going to try and remember to bring some stuff along for next week so I could actually show everybody how effed mine were.
Yeah. Well, the future's now. We could just next week when Joe has time.
Yes.
We can just send him a picture and he can put it on the screen. The future is now. Yes. He knows how to do that.
So there were certainly some quality control issues, but other than those, I'm a big fan of this small set. I like it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you know what? In the next week or so, we are going to be looking at the legends, the planeswalkers that are no longer planeswalkers, some of the main cards, kind of like mini set review for the mini set, but it's not a set review when you're on Commander Cookout. You know that.
That's true. And a quick heads up for everybody who's maybe watching the YouTube channel, which you should be, for the box opening. Not going to do one for Aftermath. There was a lot of heat over it, and I don't want to be a part of any of that stuff.
Every pack, you're opening up the same commons and uncommons, which could be comical, but when it's overdone, I think you know kind of when to call it.
Yeah. No commons in the set, which I'm a huge fan of.
Oh, wow.
There is no chaff, which is great.
Do you like something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Turns out, and I know lots of people are giving some hate over this, but the LGS that I bought my stuff from, I picked up my stuff, and the packs are selling really well. Boxes not so well, but they're fun. Go to your LGS, go to Fusion, get some.
Get those little packs.
Yeah,
those little packs.
They're fun.
Just a little pack.
Yeah, and how many times have you ever opened a bunch of commons and been like, I better sleeve and binder these? Not many people do that.
We've got a game at our LGS where the last person to touch the pile of cards that nobody wants has to take them.
Oh man, that was good on Thursday because Jay was looking at it, he's like, oh man, I want that token. I was like, it's on top of the pile, bud.
So if you're good at this game, this is what you do. If you're the one that's contributing to the pile, you leave a foil on top to entice people, or you leave them all mixed up and stacked very noticeably poorly or tipped over to make somebody have to organize them just to satisfy the right angles in their brain.
Yep. And then they're stuck with them. It's great.
They're yours now, buttface.
Usually they end up going home with one of the new players anyway, but it's a fun game to play and you should.
Yeah, very much so. Now, speaking of fun, we have a fun game that people play called the Booster Pack game.
Yeah, we do.
You can play it every week on the pre-show on Mondays. You guess or leave a comment. You automatically get entered to win CCO Sticker Pack, of which I have new ones on order.
No sharks with missile launchers yet, but soon.
Soon.
For fall.
These ones, people are going to like these ones.
The CCO fall line. It's going to be all Brando stuff.
You are very much going to like a couple of the stickers I bought because
we'll see.
A lot of them are foil stickers.
Ooh.
Yes.
I like foil stickers.
And they are about foil cards as well.
I have those, yes. I have several of those.
So you can get that. You can get CCO Token Pack, which is getting harder and harder to get because we're almost out.
Yeah.
Or you could get a regular pack of Magic cards. So
who wants that?
Tell them how they win in 10 seconds or less. I'm going to look at the winner and our new patrons.
You send your really real name to commandercookout@gmail.com. Give us your really real name or the fake one that we call it on the show, whichever, along with your address and your postal and zip code. Then we will take your prize, put it into an envelope, seal said envelope, send it to you.
Yes, sir.
Easy as pie.
And the winner who did that last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, Quintorius Loremaster was the commandee.
Yeah, it was. Elephant guy.
Yeah, okay. I got to look at the screen again real quick to get who this is and stuff. Okay. Captain Canadian 922.
Neat. That's definitely a real name.
Yes, and maybe the start of his phone number. Man, he put that on the internet?
Man, that's dangerous.
Yeah, my parents' old phone number started with 922.
Oh.
Maybe he's from PA.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Maybe I don't even got to send these across the country.
Maybe it's the Skip the Dishes guy.
Oh, no. That'd be cool if he listens. But I don't think he plays Magic.
He probably does.
Yeah, Skip the Dishes
Listens,
guy.
I mean.
Yeah.
They have Skip in the States.
No. Only in certain cities. It's only in select cities that they've expanded to. Skip the Dishes like Uber Eats or like a food delivery service. It's huge in Canada. It's the biggest one. I know the guy and am friends with the guy who owns it, and he sold it for $220 million.
It's crazy, right? That's a lot of zeros.
That's lots of money. Oh, man. Okay. We have a couple Patreon bits here.
Sure.
Yeah, and one of the benefits is getting your CCO nickname.
The benefits.
One of the benefits is the Discord.
That is an actual benefit.
Yeah, that's actually really good because that's how the communications for the CCO experience and stuff and all of the extracurricular CCO Nation stuff like our Secret Santa at Christmas and exclusive altars and all that kind of stuff go there. And we've got a new patron who needs a nickname.
Okay.
Joseph Conboy. Now, is he trying to con somebody? He's trying to trick them, hoodwink them? Is he a hoodlum? Or does he go to conventions?
Or is his favorite movie Convoy?
We
call him Rubber Duck.
Joseph Rubber
Duck Conway. Or
Joseph Rubber One Out.
And just because there's no kink shaming in the nation, we can call him Joseph Rubber Dick Conway.
Yes. Yes.
'Cause we
That
will
sounds
never
like a CCO nickname.
Yeah. Yep. I like that one.
Yeah, Joseph, welcome. FU, thanks for being here. If anybody wants to contribute, you know what the biggest benefit to becoming a patron is? Is helping the show stay around. Okay? We've been eating crow and eating dog on Patreon lately, and I just wanted to let anybody know if they've got a couple bucks a month, it goes a long frickin' way, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, next one, we've got an increase. Nick Rob Straczynski.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's going to be in Vegas because that's where he lives.
That's where he lives,
Yeah,
man.
so we'll see him there.
It's one of my favorite parts of going to Vegas. And if you go to Vegas and see us, you will also meet Nick Robb, one of my favorite CCO nationalists.
Yeah, I always forget that he's like 6'4", man. He's huge.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good guy.
I always have him pictured as like this little dude, and he's running around all shorter than me. And then I remember, no, there's nobody in the nation that's shorter than me.
Oh man, the comments that we get, we'll talk about them in a minute. Okay, last one. This is a returner and a Canadian.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Matt Vanderveen. I think we made a peen joke.
Oh, yeah.
Vanderpeen.
Vanderpeen.
Yeah, so thank you for coming back. Thank you for increasing. Thank you for showing up in the first place.
Yeah, we appreciate you, sort of 7 out of 10 for being here.
Yeah, very much so. And of course, if Patreon's not right for you, there's a donate button on commandercookout.com. Liking, sharing, 5-star reviews, iTunes, that whole stuff that you do for all podcasters. They all say it. But I know if we say it here, CCO Nation will do it because all that stuff really does help. More people find the show. And that's good for your good friend Ryan and Uncle Brando.
That's us, Brando and Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So where do you want to go? You want to talk about Edmonton? You want to talk about Minneapolis, CCO Experience?
Let's do Edmonton because let's get that exciting piece of travel business out of the way. It's the next big thing. Everybody is going to be there. This is a threat. You will be there.
I keep telling Joe, I say, Joe, talk to business daddies. Talk to Fusion. Get them to shove you in a suitcase. Come to Edmonton. Come to fucking Edmonton.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, I'm trying. I'm like, try harder.
Yeah. There's Frisbee out there. There's e-gaming in Edmonton.
It starts with E.
Yeah. E-Gameminton.
Frisbee-minton.
Right? Everybody should come. It's super fun.
Yes, sir.
It's a good town. It's going to be a great event. Your boys are going to be there. Lots of other stuff going down.
So, couple things. Command Fest Edmonton. They couldn't get the license on Command Fest, Lord of the Rings, Tales from Middle-earth. Doesn't quite have as nice of a ring as Command Fest Edmonton does.
Much harder to say. I've already forgotten the other thing. So,
but you check out at f2ftour.com, and then you find the Edmonton weekend. You go to Command Packages. You can buy them.
Yep.
When you buy them, there's a promo code CCO. You do that, you get a discount.
Right.
You do that, in addition to a discount, your boys are going to have some gifts, and we're going to put them directly from our hands because we're going to have a list of who used the code.
Yeah.
And we'll shame you if you don't.
Yeah.
And we're going to put them right into your hand.
We will physically hand you an item.
Yes.
We do know what the item is. And it's a good item.
I don't know what the item is yet.
How do you not know what the item is? And I do.
Oh, I have no idea.
That sounds I bumped into face-to-face man when we were in Minneapolis.
I had a whole beer with him. He didn't even tell me.
Well,
What
then
a schmo.
maybe you should have been more businessy like me because I am very professional.
I was
and
more
I'm super business.
Beer drinky.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. Yeah. Additionally, we've got a hotel deal. There's a code. I'll put it in the show notes because if you use the code, you get like a locked-in rate on the hotel. We're not doing a house this year. So you get like a locked-in rate. Thursday and Sunday nights are like a certain rate, and then Friday and Saturday are a certain rate. And it's cheaper than just like booking a hotel. And if you shack up with somebody in the nation or you want to treat your wife to a fantastic weekend of command festing, because I guarantee she'll have a fantastic time. Or if you want to bring your kids, it's a whole family thing.
It's an affair. Family affair.
Yeah, maybe if you're having an affair, you can bring the mistress.
Yeah, you can bring the third wheel.
What is it called when you have an affair, but the other person, instead of being the secret mistress that you're having an affair with, is a dude? Is it like the mistress?
I don't know. Honestly, I honestly don't think I've ever heard that referred to.
The mistress. That's like phonetically it makes sense.
I could never figure why they called the person a mistress anyway, because that has like a way different connotation these days. know what I'm saying? Like you going over there and they're sticking gum up your nose and dressing you up like a little kid and making you go down the slide. And
I have no idea how this turned into the freaking avenue that it did.
Well,
But
that's
Command Fest Edmonton. Bring your mistress or your mistress.
yeah. Just come. It'll be fun.
That's where the CCO spring line or summer line is launching.
Yeah, we're gonna have shirts.
Shirts, hats,
Hats.
and the hats look fantastic.
They are pretty cool.
The couple people I've shown really dig the hats. I got the foil stickers coming. Those are coming. The shirts are getting ordered most likely tomorrow. They're going to be all produced over the next month. They're all going to be there with us. I am going to take some pre-orders for pickup in Edmonton for patrons.
Neat.
So I'm going to do that if there's patrons coming to Edmonton, because I know that there are going to be already.
If there is no if.
You know what? I do know it.
I expect to see you all there.
I know that there is one patron from the UK who is actually planning on coming.
Fucking A.
And then he was like, well, hold on, it's Father's Day and the boy and thing. And I'm like, okay, that's okay. Plus you're from the frickin' UK.
Now balls that. Bring him.
Bring him.
Bring him.
Bring him.
Or is the boy his father? Because I think father should get to do whatever he wants to do for Father's Day.
Oh.
And if that includes coming to Command Fest Edmonton, then I think that kid should shut up.
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting wrecked,
Yeah.
CCO Experience Minneapolis.
Man.
This is what people come to hear about today, because CCO Nation, and like, here's the thing. I talked to several WotC employees last weekend in Minneapolis.
Me too.
And they kept telling me things like, hey, your guys' name keeps coming up when we're talking to other creators about unique ways that we can interact with our audience.
Yeah.
Your guys' name keeps coming up. Tell me about the house. You do this unique thing. Nobody else does this.
Yeah.
You guys get a house? Like, what do you do? What does that mean? And I say, okay. So I says, this
We
is
get a
what we do.
house and we party in it.
There's a bunch of people in our audience that we
That are dope.
we extend an invite to through our Patreon Messenger service or Discord, where our biggest supporters hang out.
Yep.
And we say, okay, Minneapolis is the town. Here's the date. Who's interested?
Yeah.
We tally up those people. We get a house. And while there were some hiccups with the website, I put CCO Experience on the website, send the link to those people. They pay. We share the cost. We show up. We play Magic. We party, drink beer, have food, tacos, pizza for like 3 or 4 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And
And the burgers this time too.
Yes, we did a briefcase full.
Yeah, that was my first White Castle experience. It was cool.
I'm gonna send Joe some pictures so he can just put them on the thing. I hope that's just a drop and play, Joe. Sorry, but the WotC people that I was telling this to are like, "Oh my god, that sounds fantastic!"
That's because it is.
Because it is. So let's recap
Okay.
the experience. We had to go a day early. We went up on Thursday.
And when we were going on Thursday, we saw a haunted wheelchair.
We did.
It was rolling by itself with nobody pushing it or accompanying it through the airport,
And it was
playing
playing a
music.
song. Yeah.
It's like, what the hell's going on? And me and Smitty are trying to figure it out, and it's just rolling along. And people are talking about Johnny 5.
Yep.
If you've seen that movie, it's
I've
good.
seen that movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a feel good show in your heart.
6-year-old Ryan cried at the end of that movie.
It's a good movie, man. The end of number 2 is great and
Oh, I don't remember the end of number 2.
poignant to things happening in the world today. So
Oh, maybe it's at the end of number 2 I cried.
check that out. That's a good ass show.
Yep.
But it's like haunted wheelchair. Still don't know what's going on. Have a friend that works at an airport. I probably should have asked her about it.
We've spent way too much time talking about something that has nothing to do with the CCO Experience Minneapolis.
It was a haunted wheelchair. We saw Ghost.
We go to the Mall of America begrudgingly, get some food. Everybody, here's the thing. Everybody, except I think one guy, was like, wait, you guys are going Thursday? I'm in on Thursday. I'm in on Thursday. Oh, all of a sudden, for me and you and Smitty,
Yeah.
who all came from Saskatoon, the goons from Saskatoon show up a day early, and it wasn't like an extra $1,000 for us because everybody was like, yeah, I'll come for an extra day. Of course I will.
Yeah, what do you think we are, bad at this? Yeah, it was great. And they took us to the mall, and I saw a giant Lego robot.
Yep.
And we saw where the very first Monday Nitro ever happened,
Yep.
which was less, like, memorialized than I was hoping, but it was fine. We got to see it. It was really cool. I had some Long John Silvers.
Yep.
Ryan had regrets because he didn't buy anything at the mall.
I
an
don't.
idiot.
I don't.
He kept thinking, oh man, I wish I was back at the mall buying stuff. Then
So we go to the house.
The experience isn't all the house. It's all the adventures you have along the way.
No, that's your experience. People didn't come to go to the Mall of America, myself included. So we goes to the house.
Now we're at the house.
And a lot of the times when we go to the western side of the country and continent, lots of people partake in other forms of recreational use of substances, usually the kind that you smoke. And your boys have to bring the beer. Not in the Midwest.
Oh, right. I understand. Sorry.
Not in the Midwest.
No, everybody likes to drink beer in the Midwest. We didn't have to buy any beer night one because people just brought stuff they wanted us to try.
Everybody brought stuff and was like, you guys have to try this. This is from my hometown. I bought this for you because I think you'll like it.
Yeah, and we did.
And everybody shared. And then not so many extra people came. Everybody who came were people that we had plans on having at the house.
Yeah, Crandall.
But everybody came on the first night. And they brought booze, and they brought food, and they brought tequila, and they brought Woodford Reserve, and we drank, and we partied. And then we were like, well, we got to eat. So we got like these huge freaking pizzas, remember?
Yeah.
Right? And it was just such a fantastic time. I had super meaningful conversations with Max Crandell and Lenny and Steven, and we divvied up into teams for Team Ryan versus Team Brando.
Oh, yeah.
And round one, your good friend Ryan took down OpenFlippy.Drinky and went up 1-0 on night one.
Lol.
Yeah. So that was night one.
That was night one. It was pretty cool. I got in trouble for doing a crime.
Yes.
Not a crime, but like something that I would normally just do that it turns out in America isn't as accepted as it is in Canada.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
It was the thing that I did not do inside of the Las Vegas Convention Center outside of the bathroom.
Yeah.
You didn't do it inside of a building.
Yeah. And I didn't know you weren't supposed, like, I know that you're not supposed to do it, but like I didn't realize that down south it was such a big deal.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
We were in like a pretty hipster neighborhood too, hey?
Yeah, we were connected to a donut shop.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in just a sec.
Yeah. So that's the house.
Yeah.
And each night at the house was essentially that. We'd drink, we'd play games, we'd talk, we'd hang out, we had tacos.
Ooh. This is commitment. This is commitment.
Oh, shit.
3-headed giant plane chase, Team Ryan versus Team Brando, started at 12:30 at night.
Yeah, baby. That's ballsy.
We made it.
Yeah, we did.
We barely made it out alive, but we made it.
Who won that game?
Team Ryan up 2-0 after 2.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
We were just hanging on by the skin of our teeth, and I'm like, okay, I dig through time. Oh, found my combo piece. Oh, slam it, jam.
Yeah, it was a super exciting way to end a game. That was really good. Oh, I drew into my combo piece.
Team Ryan up 2 after 2.
So we head to the events.
The convention.
And as per the usual, we do the check-in, we get the thing. We had a little bit of a weird experience with two ladies.
That was weird.
That was very strange. And we're not going to criticize these people for having like a weird interpersonal interaction, but
they drug us right into it.
Oh, yeah. We were all the way into this fight they were having.
We were standing there. We're just like, I just want to get my badge.
Yeah, please.
And they're like yelling and fighting.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, but we gets our badges. We goes down and gets our free stuff.
You know what was so weird about that?
Everything.
Okay, yes.
There was nothing not weird about it.
But you know what was also weird about that?
Tell me.
Is you and I, okay, this is part of the experience for us.
Yeah.
When we're together, we're Commander Cookout. Are you guys Commander Cookout? Yeah. Are you guys CCO? Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we're apart, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But when we're apart, it's like, hey, you're Ryan. Yeah. You're Brando.
Yeah.
And we don't see each other.
No.
Right? Like, we walk in the door, and we get our badges, and we enter into the hall. And this happens every freaking time.
100% of the time.
Enters into the hall, and I want to do everything all at once, and I'm just like a dog in a toy shop, like a kid in a candy store. That's the saying, right? So I just like go around the whole hall like 3 times looking at everything as fast as I can, which is what I think you would do, right? But you like lock in and you're like, I'm going to look at everything this vendor has, then this one, then Artist Alley, get some stuff signed. Then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to look at merch. And I'm like, that's way too slow. And I piss off, and I don't see you for like
a day.
Frickin' 24 hours. I see you like the next morning. It's like, hey, fancy seeing you here.
And that's it. We went directly to Artist Alley, and then I turned around and you were gone.
Gone. I was like, oh, frickin', see ya.
And I was like, okay, well, I guess
so. We had this weird interaction with these two ladies,
Yeah.
and then we pissed off. So what were your, okay, you walk in, there's the big weather light, there's a giant roaring dragon hanging from the roof, there's a huge stage for cosplay and previews and panels and stuff. Initial thoughts, like walking right in the door.
Walking right in the door, I'm going to say, for me, and I wasn't at Philly, which was the in-between event here, this one was a massive improvement in virtually every way.
Everything was centralized, right?
Yeah.
Which it wasn't in Philly. It was in different buildings and on different floors.
Yeah, and in Vegas, even worse. Like the free play area was across the campus, like on the 25th floor of an office building.
Or on the floor of outside, or on
Yeah.
like standing tables only.
Yeah.
Now, if we have to criticize, like you can't just all be positive, though we could be about this event.
This was a really good event.
The free play area was in a different side of, not a different side, but like it was in Hall A, and the rest of the hall, or the rest of the stuff was in Hall B and C, let's say.
Right.
There's a giant stage, the grandstand was in the way of that, A.
Yeah.
So you have to put that somewhere.
Right.
Okay, that's the elephant. B, there was a massively huge free play area where they had free play.
The free
tables
play was,
to eat, and it was catered there.
It was the same size as the tournament play area.
There was free to learn how to play Magic Arena. They put the Pro Tour over there as well, because the pros, they play like, it's like the smoking room. It's like the quiet room, right? They're not going to play beside game nights when it's happening, because game nights is loud. And also in the free play area, so everybody had access to it, was Creator Corner, which is, this is the first time they've done that. And that's a great place to meet your favorite content creators. They had a schedule posted every day.
I met one of mine.
And we were in the Creator Corner Sunday at 11, and we talked to WotC employees, we signed stuff, we jammed, like we opened packs.
Yeah.
Right? And all of that was in the free play area, which is fantastic. I was trying to criticize the event, but because all of that just existed as an extra, I can't even say that extra free thing was in a different convention hall as a bad thing.
And it was like that because you could literally have shown up to this event, met creators, learned to play Magic Arena, and jammed games with your friends, and watched the Pro Tour for free.
All right there.
Which is, I got to give it to them. That's amazing. That's one of the big criticisms that we had of Vegas.
Yep.
Was everything was behind a paywall, and the things that weren't behind the paywall sucked. And here, there was still stuff behind a paywall, but the main crux of showing up and meeting new people, meeting your favorite personalities, and playing Magic the Gathering games with your friends, all that was free.
Yes.
And I think there's something to very much be said for that.
That's commendable. Now, here's the thing. I waited to respond to the WotC creator group about things we liked and didn't like about the event. Suggest improvements and stuff. They ask their creators that they host to do that. And I just thought of one.
They should have given us some money.
Yeah, no, besides money.
Okay. Besides that, I'm fine.
I think it would have been the cherry on top of the free play cake.
Or if there was an actual cake.
Sort of.
Ooh.
They should have had the official MtG, like Wizards, MagicCon Minneapolis merch store. They should have had it in the free play area, or they should have had another vendor area in the free play area, so people who showed up to play for free can still buy the merch.
Can still spend that money.
And I think that WotC would appreciate that, because
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, that's a really good suggestion.
You put the official Magic brand shop. You put it with all the other vendors, because from an organizational standpoint, that's what makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Just where do you store all the merch? Because there's lots of it. And how do you organize it? Where do you put people? Where do you put your shop so people spend money at it? Well, the place where you spend all the money. I get why it was there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But for the people that didn't buy like a pass, you can still get money out of them if you put it in the free play area, right?
Yeah, people buy some packs and they want to show up and do a draft with their buddies, right?
And if you put it over there, you're making people walk past the MtG Arena demo booth where you can play MtG Arena for free. And guess what they do on MtG Arena?
Make money.
And also, you're putting the Pro Tour in front of people, and that's a free way to advertise it, because what is advertising the Pro Tour cost? Money. Right? So, if you put that merch shop in the free play area, you're only checking boxes that you want to be checking anyways.
Mm-hmm. And we're all about doing stuff that you're going to do anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like in Edmonton, going to Fusion and getting some Lord of the Rings stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. So that's the initial, I guess, first thought and first suggestion from the convention. You walk kind of in and see all the stuff where you can spend money. That's the first thing they show you. You see the giant stage. And there's big schedules of like all the stuff that's happening every day and on the weekend.
And there's stuff happening like every hour. There were panels.
Yeah.
There's the cosplay contest that was really good. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah. There was like improv stuff.
Yeah, there was an improv like Dungeons and Dragons session, which was like not magic related, but still really cool. It was a lot of fun.
How do they market Dungeons and Dragons essentially for free? They get creators to come and do improv on their stage.
Yeah.
Right? And then they sell them D&D stuff. Yeah. Who'd have thunk?
And I actually went to one of the artist panels. It was way more interesting than I thought it was going to be.
So interesting,
right?
Like if you have anything that you know more about than anything else than the people around you. Like, let's say for you did a talk at your work around using like screening calls and integrating like real people's phone calls into radio shows.
Yeah.
If you can speak with authority on something because you have education and experience, people are going to listen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And whether it's art, whether it's game design, previews, radio stuff,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
Yours seems boring in comparison, but it's a good example, right?
It can be very exciting if you live a day in my shoes. You'll probably quit.
I don't want to. You go to the left, and there's this massive commander area.
Yeah.
Commander area that isn't barricaded off and with barbed wire and snipers at the top.
Yeah, there's no guard towers or nothing. It's pretty cool.
It's full.
Stuffed
Like
to the gills. And then a little bit away from that was like it looked kind of like the magical bar from
the theme area, right?
Theme area?
Yeah.
Also crammed to the gills.
And full of cosplayers over there, right?
Yeah.
Like WotC hires official cosplayers. They're not allowed to compete in the contest, like the cosplay contest, because they're there as a guest of WotC. Yeah. There's Tefri, there's Liliana, there's Garrick. Who else did I see was Vraska?
Yeah.
Who else did I see that was an official?
Vraska's our homie, too.
Yeah, Zbex.
That's our girl Zbex.
Zbex in Canada.
Yes.
Zbex. She'll be in Edmonton.
Yes, she will.
Another great reason to come.
Yeah, her and Air Bubbles.
Yes.
Cosplay.
Air Bubbles. Air Bubbles was in the contest, right?
She was. They are all, her and Zbex are also the official cosplayers of Team Brando.
Oh.
Yeah, we decided that when we were at the after party that we're going to talk about in a bit.
You guys decided that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
they're both on my team.
I decided something at the after party too. So
you have a remarkable right hook.
Yo.
That we'll talk about that in a bit too. That after party was very good.
Oh man.
So the commander area is big, it's full, it's free, it's awesome. Could have been bigger.
If we have a criticism, I'm standing at one end of the commander area and it's like full of CCO people and I'm like, this should be our spot.
Yeah.
But as soon as somebody got up to like go get something to eat or have a pee, it would fill up again because everybody's looking and judges are like walking around looking for one. They're holding like a casual sign or looking for three. They got a competitive sign, right?
Yeah.
The judges are facilitating games left, right, and center. And my criticism is there probably could have been like 100 more tables.
Yeah.
And you probably could have fit tables like on either side of, or on the one hand side of the themed area that was still the commander area. I don't think you want more tables in the theme area because there's so many people taking pictures in there.
Yeah.
Because there's like dungeon pictures and like jungle pictures and like there's
a throne.
Yeah,
and
themed areas
lab.
for each of the official cosplayers, right? So you can get these fantastic pictures. They're all like lit with colored lights. It's just freaking awesome.
There was an annoying dragon.
It was pretty loud.
But
it's a dragon. I mean, what do you expect it to sound like? A kitty?
It made loud noises every
20 minutes.
Every 20 minutes or so, but it didn't move and it didn't light up and it didn't have smoke come out of its nostrils.
Oh, yeah, so smoke and wings. I wish it did that.
So you'd always look over at it and it would just be hanging there like an asshole.
Oh, my asshole does not hang.
And after,
just for the record.
And after 3 days of hearing that,
made for some cool pictures at the end, though, with CCO Nation.
Yes, it did.
And that's where everybody comments like, Brando's the smallest guy in the nation.
Yes. And except for Chris Von Doom, he's shorter than me.
And Max
that's
Crandell.
Awesome. And Crandell, yes. Yeah. Crandell is also smaller than me.
The smallest people in the nation get dunked on the most? Man, does that make us bullies? Oh no, what have we become?
Man, I feel like I dunk on people more than most people. That's my job.
Okay, so that was the convention kind of arrangement.
And I have to tell this one story because this is one of my very favorite stories from the convention.
That's what I was getting into is stories, experiences, gameplay. What was the goings on of the convention?
So, on the Saturday's the busy day to any of these conventions.
It was freaking standing room only, hey?
Stuffed to the nuts everywhere.
Yeah.
And the competitive area, which was right off the command zone,
yeah.
I was curious of how big.
Oh, you mean like the tournament area where you could go and do drafts, sealed Gavin's like secret event and stuff?
Did you know that there was a prize wall on the other side of it?
I did not. I didn't even go over there. It was too far of a walk.
And do you know why you didn't know it? Because you couldn't see it because the curvature of the earth prevented you from seeing it.
Yes, it was
very far away. So I did a walk around it just to kind of look at everything.
Yep.
And it was full. There was thousands and thousands of people at this thing, and they're all playing competitive events and everything's full everywhere. And I just remember the feeling like, man, this is the coolest thing. I can't see where I was sitting earlier because it's too far.
Yeah, it was a sea of sweaty dudes in between me and you, and that's the way I like it.
And it was cool. It was great. Like, I've been to crowded events and sometimes like, oh man, there's too many people. This is so gnarly. But I had an amazing time just like walking around and being in and amongst the humans, which was really cool. And we got recognized lots, which made me feel really special.
Yep.
So thank you to anybody who listens to the show who came up and said hi or even thought about it or looked at me, oh, that's Brando, and thought that in your brain, but you didn't say hi for whatever reason. Come say hi next time also.
Yeah, we are never going to snub anybody, even if we're in the middle of a game.
Oh yeah, not a chance. I was playing a game with a WotC guy. We're like in the middle of a conversation. Guy comes up, hey, will you sign my Brash Taunter? Fucking A, I will.
Yes,
I will
sir.
Totally do.
I don't have a card. Okay, you know what my card is? Persistent Petitioners. That's the one I'll sign.
Is that the card?
That's the card.
Okay, well.
Just because I don't assume everybody's going to have a Bruvac. Right, because it's like $35, right? But persistent petitioners, they're a dime a dozen in secret layers, right?
Yeah, well, we opened one. Zoidberg Jesus opened that one, didn't he?
Oh no, it was Apostle, and he traded it for like 200 and some bucks.
Yeah,
and he traded a hidden Shadowborn Apostle, like the frickin' expensive one. He traded it for a dual land.
Yeah,
that's a good deal.
And then I saw that same one in the showcase later on that same
like
day,
400
USD.
Yeah,
man,
that's so cool.
Good for him, man. That's cool.
I wanted to give him a point because he had the sickest rip of the whole weekend, right? Like we got foil and Phyrexian foil stuff like in our booster packs and stuff.
Yeah.
But he was just opening a random pack that he got at the convention, wasn't he?
It was the convention secret lair.
Oh yeah. He picked up the convention secret lair and just was like, him and like Auntie Brando or whomever were just opening it by themselves in the living room, like just having a moment where it wasn't stuffing pizza into your face with 10 other dudes.
Yeah.
And he's like, no way! Whoa! Because he pulled this $400 card and he's like, no, this is what I wanted. I'm like, why do you play that? He's like, no, I'm going to trade it for a dual land. Or
and
whatever
he
said.
Yeah,
whatever
awesome.
He said. Yeah.
That is basically what he said.
That is absolutely my favorite thing. And this is I think you know this, but when we're at the LGS, like every Thursday or whenever.
Yeah.
And you and FU Alex, FU Aiden and stuff get like, you guys buy booster packs.
Yeah.
Or like if I get like one of those little skinny 3-card promo packs, I give it to somebody else to open or I watch you guys open packs because I'm more excited about what you get or what you don't get.
Yes.
and that's just such a fantastic moment for me to see my friends open up packs. So when we give away like open flippy boosters to people at the experience, or when you just walk into the room, I haven't seen you for 20 hours and you walk into the room and just you thump like 2 booster boxes or like a collector box down onto the table. Open that.
Let's go.
Right? And everybody grabs a beer and we just open, and I'm more excited to see what you guys get.
Yeah.
And to see Andrew Zoidberg Jesus open up like a $400 card that he was specifically gunning for out of all the shit that he could have opened.
Yeah.
He got it, right?
He could have got an Essence Sliver.
Ooh, that's what you got.
That is what I got.
Did you trade it for a dual land?
No.
Did you trade it for a coaster?
I use it as a coaster.
Did you trade its game playability to
For real world functionality?
drink
Yes.
restability?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So it's fantastic. So that's kind of the convention in a nutshell.
It was a fantastic time, and I highly recommend. It sounds like, and I remember back when Vegas was happening, so much criticism going around, so much everybody dunking on it, and we were amongst it. We did
lots
it too.
of vitriol, right?
Yeah,
Like, you should have done this better. This was poorly managed. There was no messaging. This was so much money, and I got nothing.
Yeah, and 100% of those criticisms were valid. I'm gonna say it. Every criticism leveled at Magic Fest Vegas, 100% valid. But
now
I would argue that the last 2, they're getting better each and every time, and I think that that's worth commenting on. And it's pretty cool, like when you can show up and like you can show up with spending no money and have a great time, or in my case, I showed up and spent less money than I spent to go to Vegas, had a better time, did more things, and my little swag bag had more stuff in it.
Yeah.
So
and you know, I think that directly led the aura about you when you didn't have to pay as much to walk in the door.
Yeah.
Made you actually spend more money at the event.
Yeah.
Right? And you bought booster boxes and you bought singles and you bought some merch and you spend money when you're in a better mood. You're more freely going to let things fly, right?
Yeah.
And that's only good for the vendors. And then WotC can turn around and say, hey, vendors, you had a really good weekend. Next time's going to be more. Yeah. And then WotC gets their money anyways. The vendors get their money from you.
Yeah.
In turn, WotC's going to get the money from the vendors, right? And it's not all about the money, but for WotC it is. So that's why we're covering it the way that we do. And I don't really have a criticism. So much so that, okay, so we apply for the creator thing, right? And it takes a while for them to figure it all out and get back to us. In that time where I don't know if we're going to be approved or not, I bought a pass.
Yeah.
And I spent, the money. They shipped it to me. It arrived a couple days ago after the event. I took a picture, but it was no big deal because I just picked up a pass when I got there.
Yeah.
And that's what the fight was about with the 2 ladies.
Yeah.
So much so that when I got there and I was talking to the WotC employees that run the creator program, I was like, hey, I got this, but I paid for a pass. Then you guys approved me. Can I get a refund? Yeah, no problem. Yeah. They actually gave me my money back.
Boom.
And I expected to get nothing back because that's what ReedPop's like ticketing website says.
Yeah.
No refunds, like not even if you die.
Yeah.
Like this money's ours now.
Yeah.
And WotC was just like, oh, no problem.
Don't worry about it.
And it was like same day.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're talking about WotC, Creator Corner and stuff.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think that this is, and I did a Commander at Populum about it. I'll link a show note or whatever. There was a big long thread. I thanked you. I thanked everybody.
Yeah.
You saw the thread. It was like 20 tweets of all the different creators and everybody that we interacted with over the weekend, or that I did.
I almost made Joey Schultz cry by being nice to him.
Oh, yeah?
I did at the after party. It was cool.
Oh, man.
I appreciate that man very much, and I told him that I do.
Yes. Yeah, there was a lot of...
There's a lot of camaraderie at these things when you meet people that are...
These are the words that I used when I was talking to my mom about it, because she always asks me how my weekends go when she knows I'm traveling. These are the words I used on Commander Ad Populum about it, and you would probably agree. There was a whole ton of validating...
Yeah.
validating us as creators and as people that WotC wants at these events.
Yeah.
Humbling experiences.
Fuck yeah.
That we've been doing this a long time, and to have people appreciate what we do makes us feel good.
Every time that happens, it's a moment for me. It's cool.
Yes. There was a whole ton of vindicating experiences this weekend where I can say, even just internally, I'm not a boaster or a bragger. I can say I was right in making the decisions that I made to put me exactly where I am.
Yeah.
Very vindicating at lots of points of this weekend.
Yeah.
And finally, very touching experiences. Yeah. Lots of people, when they come up and say things like, I love how you guys lead CCO Nation, or when your name came up as community leaders, or your name came up when we're talking about creators that really exemplify that magic is for everybody, and these events are a great way to demonstrate that. How we do it was to hear people say that was touching.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Right? And one of those people.
Oh, shit.
Your best friend.
What?
Josh LaCroix told me that
God.
at the after party, and I decided just now, is going to be on Team Ryan.
What?
Yes.
Well, I guess it's fine. He can be on Team Ryan in Edmonton.
Well, he might not be in Edmonton.
Well, then, that's too bad.
He's still on Team Ryan, though.
Fine. Wait, does that mean I get Jimmy?
No.
Yeah, I do. No,
You didn't even see him.
I did so.
You didn't.
I laid eyes on him.
Yeah, but did he do a middle finger picture with you?
Maybe.
Well, probably didn't.
Probably did. Maybe. Well, he did give me the finger, but like
The after party is where I met Josh.
yes.
And well, not where I met Josh, but where I saw him. It was kind of like at the movies, hey?
Yeah.
Where I was just talking to you guys, and I was talking to some other guy, and then it's like I did this. Like if you're watching on YouTube, I did this. Just spun around to the bar and kind of looked. And right at the same time, he looked, and I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, I haven't seen you for a long time. I've been meaning to find you. He's like, we took that selfie in Vegas, but we haven't talked, and I wanted to tell you. And then we started talking.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about content and the convention and just generally the goings on. And again, just validating and humbling and touching experiences left, right, and center, because especially that after party to just run into some of the people that you know that you don't know
that you run into, yeah,
right?
And
like
when people know you and you know them, it's like, oh my god,
yeah, and it's like, wow, man, I saw you for the first time ever.
Yeah,
right.
I met some of my favorite like personalities that, as I had mentioned, one of them touched me on the arm. I still haven't showered.
Ooh,
I'm not gonna.
That's what that smell is. I guess.
That is what that smell is. Yes. I also haven't washed the shirt that I was wearing, which is this one. So it's awesome.
That after party was a ton of fun.
Oh my god,
I think that was your first after party, right?
It sure was.
I had been to. That was my second. I went to one in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to the next one in Vegas, because we had a house of 20 people for the CCO Experience, which is a party unto itself.
Yeah.
And
well, this time we had a party of 8, and it was still a party unto itself.
Yeah, and also the one in Vegas was sold out. So I went to this one. This is my second one. And there was nachos with salsa or guacamole. There was chicken and cheese like
quesadillas?
burritos. Because they were rolled up and like fried and
chimichangas.
I don't know, but they were good.
They were delicious. Yes.
Yeah, and open bar, which is the best part.
Oh yeah, and a mistake on their part. Let me tell you.
I was like, who do they think they are? Do they not think I'm gonna drink $70 worth of like convention center beer? Like that's like 4 beer.
It was a brewery. And once we got down from the nightclub floor onto the Irish pub karaoke floor.
Oh man. So I walks up to the bartender, and there's 2 of them, and they got like elf ears on, and I'm like, Did you know this was like a nerd convention? Did they make you wear those, or did you want to wear those yourself? He's like, yes. He's like, I knew it was a nerd thing. I'm like, okay, I'm down. I'll take one of those. And then because we had that little thing, that little interaction, every time I walked up, and I think I was wearing the skeleton shirt, he was just like, yeah, we freaking know. We did some sign language thing, and he was like, beer.
Yep.
Right? Or I'd be like 2, and he'd give me 2.
Yep.
Because I was 2-ing some of the night.
Yeah.
So then, Big dance party, hey?
Big dance party.
And the DJ was pretty good.
Yeah,
like, he was doing mashups and stuff.
He's the same guy that hosts the cosplay contest, if you've ever seen one of those. I went over and thanked him too, because that guy does great work, man.
He did the music, right? He did the music at the convention, and he did the music at the after party. He wasn't that guy that
yeah, he was.
in the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's him.
I'm thinking of a different guy then.
Okay.
So anyways, we're all dancing. And then Don't Stop Believin' comes on, which I think is a totally overrated song. I'm not really into it.
But when you're drinking and there's lots of people around, you will sing it.
Everybody was dancing and singing, so I whip out the old phone and I start videotaping. And who is front and center? Our good friend Gavin Verhey and F.U. Smitty. Both just singing at the top of their lungs. Smitty's got a CCO shirt on, just belting one out.
Yeah, man.
And Gavin comes right up to my phone, and I have to assume he had a couple drinks and I had a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And he juked and I juked at the same time to kind of avoid his juke, and we looked like a couple football players trying to get around each other.
Yeah.
And he went down and I kind of leaned out of his way and I hit him right in his face.
Shoryuken, baby.
Punched him in the face. And every time I told anybody, I went downstairs because I was like, hey, sorry, are you okay? He's like, he looks up. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting out of here. So I go downstairs and I find you and a group of people, and there was like a bunch of people around, and I'm like, dude, I just punched Gavin right in the face. Everybody's like this. Whoa. I was like, I didn't mean to. I ran. Oh, man. So then I told Josh Lee Kwai, I was like, yeah, dude, we're talking about like, he's giving me a compliment like on our content. And I'm like, hey, that's really nice because you're somebody.
I just punched Gavin in the face.
That's really touching. I just punched Gavin in the face. He's like, what? Oh, it's still funny. Every time it's funny.
It's pretty good.
Oh, so I posted it on Twitter and Facebook.
Of course you did.
And
YouTube.
YouTube.
Funny. Because it's funny.
Oh, man, it got like 1,000 views like frickin' right now.
Yeah.
The time I punched Gavin in the face.
Yeah. And then we flew out of the country
and we
almost
immediately left, and we lost our privileges to the creator program.
No, we didn't. We'll be fine. Who else is going to do something like that than the goons from Saskatoon?
Very much so.
Nobody else is going to do that kind of shit. But the point is, the after party was great. We had a great time. We thank everybody for hosting us and putting up with our crap. And when we got back, we had White Castle burgers to like really cap off the night.
Smitty's eyes looked like you took sandpaper and frickin' sanded them. He was sitting in the chair. He's like, man, I need burgers.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to like go and die outside. I'm like, Smitty, where are you? What's happening? I need burgers. I need burgers. Yeah.
Torontoni from the house. That's his new nickname, Torontoni.
Yes.
He does the best drunk Smitty impression I have ever seen. It's funnier than when Smitty is drunk Smitty, which is super funny.
Yeah. He's the guy that fell asleep on his own turn.
Yes.
So he goes outside and he comes back in, and I'm like, okay, well, as long as it's not on the deck, I'm sure it's fine. But he wasn't going outside to like relieve himself of any orifice. He went out to order burgers.
Yeah.
I didn't know this because we were playing Magic or something, right?
Yeah.
And he comes back in. He's sitting there, and then like half an hour later, the doorbell rings, and it's late. This is after the after party. It's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, two things in my mind. I went
cops,
or the house owners, because they called us yesterday because they thought we had a party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, right? And I kind of slump in my chair, and then Smitty, like from dead sleep, that's my burgers. He runs to the door, and he like taps his phone to pay, and I'm like, oh, thank God. I turn around, and he's got a briefcase of burgers. And I'm like, the only thing was missing was like the little handcuff chain, like in the movies. And he opens them up, and he didn't spare no expense, no either. There were 20 bacon cheeseburger extra pickle.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
they were so good.
Do you know me? Do you know
they were so good.
Dude, he's like, just eat them.
Eat these burgers.
And we ate lots, and there were still left over.
Yeah, we demolished some
I had them
burgers.
for breakfast the next morning.
Good. Hell yeah.
And lunch, because I forgot my wallet at the house.
Yep.
So I went back and ate the rest of them. Oh, so I guess, hey, listen, Last few minutes of the show. Sorry, Joe. We're gonna take the full hour. Any gameplay stories? Any fun interactions, games? We didn't really thank any people, but again, Commander ad Populum. We thank everybody. I thanked everybody there that I know that you had positive interactions with as well.
Yeah,
and that's why I thanked them.
Yeah.
So listen to that. Links will be in the show notes. I'll put a link up on a YouTube video or something.
If you're in the house, obviously, we love you. We appreciate you. It blew my mind how far some people came to just
and how far they drove.
Yeah, like they drove like 14 hours. That's a long drive, man.
Through the Midwest, there's not even nothing to see.
Yeah, like to Chicago and Detroit and
Toronto,
Wisconsin. Toronto. It was great to see everybody. So thanks everybody for being a part of that. And
Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
There's an arcade there. Max Crandell told me so.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's good. That's there.
That's the truth. Gameplay stories. I'm trying to think if I had some good ones. Okay, so.
Here's Uncle Brando gameplay exclusive.
So I'm playing games with the Infinitoken, a guy who's a fan of the Infinitokens guy, LGS owner from somewhere in the States, and Nate from the house.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Atraxa.
Yep, that's Atraxa Praetors?
Yeah, Atraxa Praetor Tribal. Don't worry, guys. It's not Stacks.
Uh-oh.
It's not Stacks Traxa anymore.
Famous last words?
Famous last words from you, boy. So we're playing, and everything's going just fine, and then I get a Wandering Archaic. Wandering Archaic lets me start copying people's spells unless they pay
I played against that card too, against Alan from Mental Misplay. Love that guy.
I love that guy too. Positive influence on anywhere he ever is. So, buddy, over here he's playing Ramp, and he's not paying the extra too. So now your boy Brando's playing Ramp in his Praetors deck. So it comes back around. And it's like, man, I think it might be time to ball out of control. So I go Elishnorn, the first one.
Yeah, like the one that makes my guys big, your guys can have small.
Yep, and then their guys all eat shit. Then I said, Shieldred. Ooh, first one.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's the I get my guy back, your guy die.
Same turn.
Yeah,
same turn. So
you're in good position.
I'm in good shape. So everybody's hosed. And then it comes back around to me. Next turn, I go Elishnorn. Just Elishnorn.
Like the new one.
The new one. And Elishnorn. The middle one. So now I have 3 Elishnorns and a Shieldred.
You're in a commanding position
I am
at this
in a
point.
very good position to be in at this point. Yes, correct. So, they're all hosed, and it goes back around to me. And I'm swinging with Elishnorns and beating people to death also. So the next turn, draws my 2 cards, and I goes Shieldred, the new one, and Shieldred, the middle one. And then they went, what do you mean you don't play Stacks?
It's just Praetors.
What?
Just Praetors.
So I won that game.
Oh man, fantastic.
Fairly handily. It was very good. It was very, very good. And that was actually all of my crazy stories came from just ridiculous Elishnorn interactions. I had one where I was ultimating the Kaya that lets you play a legendary spell for free from your hand, graveyard, or exile every turn.
Yep.
For free. And I was playing and ultimating her every turn and getting an emblem so I could do that.
Ooh.
And it was bad for everybody but me. Mm-hmm. People were trying to hang on, but they couldn't.
I got a couple quick hits.
But there were some really good big beat stories. All my decks did the thing.
Yeah.
I had some amazing games. There was one guy that was playing in all of the decks, his whole deck was blanked cards that he got the artist of the card that he wanted to draw the card on it
I
and
like
then sign
that kind
it.
of stuff.
It was really I know that's not like official or whatever, but it was
fine.
so neat to see.
People do that with artist proofs, but they put the backside up where the artist did a doodle.
Yeah.
And they might get the artist to write what the card does on it. But if people are like, well, I want to see the card, they just flip it over because it's a real card on the front.
Yeah.
That's super fun. I like that.
That was super neat to see stuff like that, to see people's like labor of love.
Just, the not weird, but like the cool stuff that you see. Like, I did this thing or I have this proxy. We saw Sir Proxy. He was giving stuff away. He was giving like these cool like foil proxies away that have kind of like this abstract digital style art on it. Super cool stuff, right? I got a couple quick hits.
Okay.
Which include, but are not limited to, miscalculating how much commander damage I was going to do to Alan from Mental Misplay. We're playing a game, and I swing out with Calamax, double his power, give him +2, and copy that, so I'm going to hit him.
Right.
and he goes to 20 commander damage.
Uh-oh.
And he cracks me back with a Tully with triple triggers.
Yeah.
It's not so good.
No.
That was one.
Nothing good came from that.
We're playing with MJ and Seeb and then Christian, 3 people in the nation. And MJ does Magic in Quarantine podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian is playing Miriam, the dragon that Miriam?
Yep.
Copies. My guy copies power, doubles power, copies. Legend rule doesn't apply. Okay, so he's got like 6 Miriams commanding. He's got like 3 of those guys that double dragon's power.
Holy
He's got
shit.
clones and Irenicus's vile duplication. Like,
Yeah.
we are gonna die.
Yeah.
And Seeb goes, okay, can you guys take care of that? I go, yeah, I can probably get him because he's at like 4 life.
Sure.
And I'm playing a Lenda. I can probably figure something out.
Yeah.
So and Seeb's got this one that lets you sack a creature to fog. Sack a creature, prevent all damage from a creature. It's an enchantment from from Urza Block.
Sure.
Yeah, super good. And he's playing tokens, so he sacks all the stuff to keep us all alive. But then he plays whenever one of your guys dies this turn, make a 2/1 Inkling.
Neat.
So he's got 50 guys now, and this is all on the end of Christian's turn. He goes, okay, I'll untap. And he goes, swing with everything. And he goes, 20 at you, 30 at you, or like whatever, 12 and 30 and whatever, the rest at you to kill you. Everybody dies.
Okay.
And he's diagonal from me. He's player 2 to me, or 3 to me. And MJ is to my right. He goes, Batwing Broom. Paying white and black. I'll gain a life for each. Fog, if white is played. You lose 1 life for each attacking creature if black was played.
Owned.
So Seeb takes 50 and dies. MJ's like, oh, I guess that's all I'm going to do. He played like a 4-drop on his turn.
Right.
And then I'm staring down, because the only guy keeping me alive was Seeb with his fog thing.
Right.
I'm staring down like 15 dragons, and I'm at like 20.
Uh-oh.
Sure. Or even if I was at 40, because I'd life gain.
It's whatever.
But a lot of guys died over the course of Seeb sacrificing. So he was like, in response to me freaking dying or whatever, I'm going to sack all my guys.
Sure.
So then Alenda had like 400 counters on her.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I had double death trigger.
Of course you did.
Yeah. So I draw my card for turn to land. I'm like, frick, I'm going to lose. Oh, no. I'm going to lose. And I'm like, okay, move to combat. I'm just trying to get any amount of damage out just to gain life with lifelink, right?
Right.
And
you
I'm
could
thinking,
have attacked with a 400.
well, yeah, but it doesn't trample, it doesn't fly, and both guys got blockers.
Gain 400.
I still would have died.
Oh.
I did that math correctly. So I'm like, okay, I'm move to combat. Wait, no, not move to combat. I cracked my silent clearing, the Modern Horizon land that lets you draw a card.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, all I need is any sack outlet. What do I draw? Boom, Ashnod's Altar right off the top, and I'm like, sack my guy. Everybody lose 1, I'll gain 1 because I had a Blood Artist or like a Cruel Celebrant.
Sure.
I get like 400 tokens, sack them all, you guys die, and I rip the exact right card off the top of the library.
That always feels good.
It always feels good. It was just like shining down on me. But my favorite moment, well, that was probably my favorite top deck moment of the game.
We didn't
of the
tell-
day.
My favorite moment was when we're standing at the art booth.
Yes.
The art booth. I got the super secret art this guy found in some dude's garage and paid him some money for it, and he's going to unveil it at noon.
Oh yeah.
Your boy guessed what the picture was.
We got to hold $100,000 piece of art.
Yeah.
I'll send Joe that picture as well.
I definitely guessed the painting point for Team Brando.
Oh. Well, we've already distributed winnings.
Oh, yeah, we have. But you got to remember that Team Brando, did end up winning overall at the event because we were tied on the way home. And then in the airport, down to the wire, we do not have a winner as per yet. We're going to have a tea where we're tied at the end of the weekend. Ryan says, I don't know how to screenshot with my phone.
Who doesn't know how to do that?
I'm having trouble with my airline ticket because I can't screenshot this. And I go, well, Ryan, here's how you do it. And it all worked, didn't it? Now he can screenshot with his phone. And Smitty looks at him and says, did Brando just teach you how to do something with technology? And Ryan goes like this, oh, no. Because he knew what it meant. He knew what it meant. Team Brando up 2-0. at Magic Fests. Very important. Good to everybody on my team who has been on my team and who will inevitably be traded to be on my team.
No. Nope. My favorite moment, real quick,
Tell
so
me.
Joe doesn't
Tell us.
crucify us, was the Creator Corner, being involved in that whole
Yes.
program and just having people come up and say, hey, who are you guys? Tell us about what you do. And we say, Commander Cookout, let's open some packs. Here's some stuff for free.
Here's some packs and some stickers. And I was eating a burger and people just came over and said hi and were interested in what we were doing. It was really cool.
Or people who knew that we were going to be there because we talked about it on Twitter or Discord, who came up and said, I waited all weekend to get you to sign my playmat or whatever because we wanted to come and do it here.
Or they're brash taunters.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cool.
And just huge thanks again. We're thanking WotC. We went from ripping them new assholes after Vegas to saying thank you after Minneapolis. And I think that that's fantastic.
Good. I'd rather do that.
Yeah. I would rather thank them than spank them. I just made that up.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
The point, we had a great time. Thanks to everybody for being a part of it. Thanks to WotC for putting it on. We're looking forward to the next one, which is Edmonton. We expect to see you all there. We're going to have more details for that as it happens.
Yep.
And we're going to be back to talk about March of the Machines Afterthought on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!
Sorry about your face, Gavin.